Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Abby. I'm with Fitness is Medicine. Today we're going to do another great workout you can do in your home. We're going to use a few different modalities, so if you don't have them all, it's okay, you can substitute. We're going to start off with a tube or a band for a lat pull down, so we're going to put it in a higher spot. We're going to use a set of dumbbells, a lighter weight, a goblet, or a kettlebell if you have one. If not, use a little bit heavier dumbbell or a water jug or, something a little bit heavier, and a water jug we're also going to use if you have one, and either a Bosu or just a step. So kind of a lot of different things today. If you don't have all those things, we can substitute and make other things work. So remember to come into these workouts warmed up and ready to go. So 5 to 10 minutes of cardio. Just get your heart rate up a little bit, not too much. Warm up your muscles and come into these workouts ready to move. Okay, so like I said, we're going to start with a lat pull down. So I've got my tube a little bit higher here so I can sit on the floor and pull down. Like I said, I don't have super high ceilings or like a really high, banister or something I can wrap this around. So I put mine through the door and then I sit on the ground. So I want you to sit up relatively close so that you're pulling down and back, not back in a row where you're just kind of tilted back. So sitting up tall, keep your shoulders down away from your ears, and then we're going to pull straight to your armpits, driving your elbows towards the ground and thinking about squeezing those shoulder blades down and back as you come down. Remember to breathe. Go slowly both directions. And as your arms go up, don't let your shoulders go up. It's easy to do this. You want to keep those arms going up with your shoulders staying down. 3 more. And if you need a little more weight, you can double up bands. You can wrap the band around each other a little bit more. So I could wrap this around a couple times and that would tighten it up. And you can always do a few more and go a little bit slower. Okay, now we're going to do a kettle squat. Like I said, if you don't have a kettlebell, you can grab a little bit heavier dumbbell. And I had said the word goblet because I'm going to do a goblet hold. So I want you to hold it kind of by the neck like this. So if you're using a dumbbell, just hold it kind of close to your chest here. You can hold it on the ends. I just want to add the extra weight while we're doing a squat. So holding on to it, remember you want to sit your hips back, bend your knees, you want your weight in your heels of your feet. And as you stand up, you want to think about squeezing those glutes. And if you have a tough time sitting back, then maybe ditch the weight and hang on to something so that you've got the ability to sit back and really utilize those joints effectively and in the correct range of motion without pain. We're going to do 3 more. Try to keep your chest up nice and tall. Eyes looking across the room. I don't want anybody coming down like this. And then remember, squeeze those glutes as you stand up. Okay, good. Remember to always set those weights down with good form. Don't bend your back, bend your knees and hips. Okay, now I'm going to have you grab that water jug if you have one. If you don't have one, you can use a lighter weight maybe, or just a ball in your hands or something like that. We're going to do step outs with a punch. So I want you to step out kind of to a diagonal and then give it a good punch. We're going to go 10 times to each side. Make that water slosh. So you want to make it sound like a washing machine. Make it kind of loud. Instead of just reaching and going, I want a good kind of forceful punch. Of course, if that causes any pain, then do it more slowly and controlled. But we're working on a little bit more muscle control. Looks like I've got a little bit of a water leak. Time to get a new jug. That happens. 2 more each side. Keep breathing. Keep your abs nice and tight here. This is also a core exercise in addition to the arms and legs that are moving. 1 more. All right, good. I'm going to go put this in the bathroom quickly. Okay. Now, we're going to do a quad burner or a butt burner, sometimes I call them in my gym. If you don't have a BOSU, that's okay. Use a step. You can use the bottom step of a stairwell. You can use a little step stool, which I use sometimes in here. Or you can use a BOSU if you've got one. It gives a little bit more instability to that stable foot here. So if you're on a step or a BOSU or whatever you're using, just a little bit of an elevated surface. You can even do it on the side of a treadmill. Just you want to be able to have room to move your arms and legs. So we're going to lean over this. You want your weight over this knee. So your knee is going to stay bent in this same angle. You want your weight moving, just kind of leaning forward, but not your back bent. You never want to round your back. You want to keep your back straight, just tip at the hips. So 1 foot on there, and you're going to drive your other knee forward. 3. So this is staying bent at that same angle. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Okay, now we're going to switch. You should really be feeling that burning in that standing leg. All right, so get that other foot centered, kind of leaning, tipping at the hips here. This knee stays at the same angle. Drive your other knee forward. 2, whoops, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this requires a little bit of balance. 9 and 10. So as always, perform these next to something sturdy so you can grab on if you need that extra little help. Okay, now we're going to use that lighter set of dumbbells. Soup cans work in this instance if you don't have lighter dumbbells. We're going to do, let's add a little bit of a balance challenge to this, so you can either do it tandem stance or a little bit of a staggered stance, but I do want 2 feet on the floor for this one. So let's do tandem stance. We are going to do sort of a posterior lateral raise. So I want your dumbbells in your hands with the backs of your hands towards the front, so towards me. And we're going to just lift almost halfway. So we're using your rear delts, your rear deltoids. Your deltoid has 3 heads. So this is working the lateral, or the rear part of your deltoid by turning your hands in this way. You're also getting a little bit of triceps. You can see them engaging. Now this isn't, I don't want you going any higher than here, so it's about halfway up. This is going to be way more challenging than doing this lateral raise. And 10, good. All right, that one is quite challenging. So if you found you grabbed too heavy of a dumbbell, switch it out. It's going to be much lighter than you think probably. Okay, we're going to end with a plank on the floor. So we're going to lower down. You can either do your hands or your elbows. I'm going to do my elbows today. And we want to go for 30 seconds. Remember that you can do this on an elevated surface. You can do it on a countertop, on a kitchen chair that's maybe pushed up against the wall so it doesn't move. It's quite a bit easier than doing it on the floor. And then you can also do it from your knees on the floor if you need to, or you can alternate knees, that type of thing. And I'm going to do mine on my elbows here. We're going to go for 30 seconds. Now the keys to this, keep your core engaged. This is a big core exercise. You want your elbows or your hands directly beneath your shoulders. You want to keep your head in line with the rest of your spine, so don't look down like this. And then don't look up. You want to keep everything in a good, proper alignment. We've got 8 seconds left. And then if you need to, remember, you can touch one knee to the ground, give yourself a little break, and that's 30. Good. Okay, so go through those 1 or 2 more times. Challenge yourself. If any of them bother you, give you any pain, remember you can always reach out to me. I can give you alternatives, different ways to do it. First of all, start trying doing it in a smaller range of motion or with a lighter weight and see if that helps. If not, always message me. Don't push through things. Don't create more pain. Hi, Baloo. Hi, baby. All right. So, as always, keep moving, keep pushing on, and let me know if you have any questions. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you next time.